down. Go down. Go down like that. That's right. And if you press play on there.
Press stop on that one.
It should be broadcasting live, but I don't know if there's a... Anyway, shall we just pretend it started? And you can just keep testing it. Yeah. Okay then. I'm fairly certain that is working. I'll get a start anyway. See, now I've got too much on my desktop. Never mind. That's right. Oh, champion's good there. Hang on. I'm broadcasting me son. Anyway, shall we just pretend it started? You can just keep testing it. Fairly silly. I'll get it. Hang on. That's better. Good stuff. Hang on, start again. Hello, my name's Alex, the DJ Placky Bag. I'm going to be with you from 10 o'clock until 12 o'clock tonight with the Night Owls programme. I'm not as good as Alan Robson, as we all know, and we're a little bit ropey. We're broadcasting from our living room today, which is quite comfortable. We have with us as well, we have Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
Michelle is going to be helping us out today. She's going to be on the computer. She's going to be getting the Facebook banter. So get yourself on Facebook onto the Night Owls page. That's night as in a fighting night, Knights of the Round Table, and towels as in I'd like to dry myself, Night Owls. So get yourself onto that page, get yourself some banter on, and take part. We're going to read out everything that's said on the Night Owls page. I'm saying that as long as it's like kind of clean. Yeah. As long as it doesn't get into trouble. As long as it's not fascist. We've also got, who hasn't gone to bed yet, Harrison Benedict Parker. Hello, Harrison Benedict.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, and why aren't you in bed yet, like?
Because I'm staying up to do the show.
Oh, you're staying up to do the show tonight, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to be helping out?
Yeah.
Now, Harrison Benedict Parker loves egg. We're going to be hearing his story about getting egg from Wetherspoons. Where were you in Wetherspoons?
Metro Centre.
We're at the Metro Centre. He's got a bit of a story to tell about getting an egg from Wetherspoons at the Metro Centre and how he was able to complain to the person serving him, because quality of egg is very important. So we've got loads of things to talk about tonight. Now, I hope it didn't disappoint too many people a few weeks ago when we had to cancel the show. A few weeks ago we were going to do a 4th of July special, weren't we?
Have we not been on since then?
We haven't been on since the 4th of July. We weren't on the 4th of July because we had to cancel it.
So the kids been off school?
Yeah. The kids been off. Yeah, that's right. Well, what happened was we were going to do a 4th of July special, the American Independence Day, where we were just going to spend the day taking the mick out of Americans, weren't we, really? Yeah. That's what it was going to be all about, because Americans are quite funny. You can make fun of Americans because they're so big and so powerful and just not very bright. Yeah. Well, maybe that's not true. I don't want to overly generalize about Americans, but generally speaking, you know, they don't come across as too bright.
Well, they're not.
Well, no. Is that racist? Why not tell us on the Facebook page? Get on there now. If we're being racist about Americans, tell us about it. I can't really be racist about Americans because, like, most Americans are...
I was going to say it's not racism when it's...
No.
No.
Not when it's Americans, because American is like,
The same race as us.
yeah, they're exactly the same as us Britons, aren't they? In fact,
Only we're smarter.
did you hear that? Are you an American? Do you disagree with what we've just said? Can you prove it? Do you have any evidence to say that you are smart if you are American? What about your presidents? Are they bright? I'm not entirely sure. Can we think of any bright presidents?
Abraham Lincoln.
Was he bright?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably was. Do you know,
He had a nice hat.
he did have a nice hat, but you see, the thing is, and also he was a vampire slayer.
Yeah.
Which is always goes well, but I have to say that since we had George Bush Jr., that's it. He's ruined the reputation of America for the world.
Okay.
Do you not agree?
It's before my time.
George Bush.
I'm more Clinton person than onwards, I think.
Bush was after that.
Was he?
Oh no. Yeah, you had Clinton. You had Clinton, and then you had George Bush Jr. after that.
Did you?
Did Clinton have that much of an impression on you?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had that much of an impression on
Monica
Lewinsky. Yeah. Lucky get. You see, that's the thing when you're a president. You can just attract the young secretary. No problem at all. So we have loads of things to talk about tonight. We have got some facts, and we're going to recycle some of the stuff that we should have used on the 4th of July, but we didn't use then. If you've got any funny facts to add as well, please do so. Now, what is the point of tonight and next week's show? What are we trying to do?
Raise money for Cash for Kids.
Yes, we're going to try and raise money for Metal Radio's Cash for Kids. We want to raise at least £100 if we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we have had our first donation so far, haven't we?
Yes.
And that's from the Warriors, and they are listening in Blackpool.
Ooh.
All the way from Blackpool, that's right, and they have made the first donation. Thank you to them. Actually, Stu Warrior, old friend of mine from many years ago. So we really appreciate that. That gives it a good start, doesn't it? Gives it a bit of enthusiasm. Now, last time we tried to collect for Cash for Kids, we did, how many weeks did we do? 3 weeks, Night Owls, to try and collect money for Cash for Kids.
Mm-hmm.
And how much did we make?
£20?
Well, we made £20.
That's not bad.
Oh, well, I suppose that's not too bad, but we've already achieved half of that this time. And this time, not only are we doing the radio, so we're going to do this week and next week of Night Owls, but we're also going to do, well, I'm going to do a 10-mile run, first of all, on the 31st of August from Hexham to Ovingdon.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that, I get jelly.
Or Harrison will get the jelly.
Well, I'll give Harrison. We also have 2 other sons, but Harrison seems to be the one who wants to be on the radio. But they might be fighting over the jelly. Yeah. But anyway, so that's what I'll be doing on the first week.
Yes.
And then on the 7th of September, I will be doing the Great North Run, and it's all going to be for Cash for Kids. Now, getting on the Great North Run was difficult. Now, all we want to raise for Cash for Kids is £100.
Yeah.
But if you want to run for charity, it's quite often very difficult, isn't it? I think usually if you're going to run in the Great North Run, you have to raise at least about £300. It might be more nowadays, actually.
If you're doing it for a proper charity, yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing it for a proper charity, it's got to be at least £300, and if you don't raise the £300, I think you've got to put the rest yourself, which is a heck of a lot of money to raise.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to go around with a sponsor form. I don't know enough people to actually collect £300. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if everybody on your friend Facebook list just gives you £1
Oh,
or 50p,
well, that's true. Yeah, that.
even 10 pence.
Or even 10 pence. I'm not sure if you can donate those amounts on. Michelle, are you really that stingy? That. Yeah.
I could buy a lollipop.
Yeah, you could buy for 10 pence. I don't think you even do that anymore.
You can.
But can you? But anyway, so what I did was I knew we couldn't collect those amounts of money, £300 or anything like that. So doing it directly for charity was going to be very difficult. So what I thought was, I'll go on the Great North Run myself. I'll just get my own ticket and just collect whatever I can, and that takes the stress away, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and so using the internet using the Just Giving page. It makes it a lot easier. So if you want to make a donation through the Just Giving page, you'll be listening probably on our website. So all you have to do is click on the link and you can go straight through the Just Giving page. I believe you can donate through credit card and through PayPal. Is that right? Can you yeah, you can donate through PayPal, can't you? So if you've got a PayPal account, you can donate through that as well. So please donate if you can. It certainly encourages us to keep going with the radio station as well when we can do a little bit of good. And it'll encourage me to do the run as well. Hopefully I do better than a few weeks ago when we only made £20 because I'll be doing the run as well on top of that as well.
Yeah. But every penny counts. So
every penny does count.
Still good.
Yeah, I mean the people as well who made the donation as well. I mean they were really kind doing that, and we also got some people rang in as well, and that was fantastic. So we really did appreciate that for everybody's support back then. Now then. So, I have managed to get a Great North Run ticket.
Yes, you have.
How did I do it? I tried to go in the ballot, and they pick your name out of a hat to see if you can have a Great North Run ticket. And there's thousands of people going to this ballot, and it's really hard to get a Great North Run ticket. So I put my name into the hat. Did I get through the ballot?
No.
No, I didn't. I didn't get through at all. So I had to use my ingenuity. So I went on to
Facebook.
Yeah, I went onto Facebook. I actually got it from Facebook. I started on eBay.
Did you?
Yeah, I started on eBay and I thought there'd be people selling their ticket on there if they've broken their leg or twisted their ankle, and there was, but it was £120 people wanted.
Ooh.
So, I thought, what can I do now? And I thought, Facebook. I will just go on one of the buy and sell places on Facebook and say, anybody twisted their ankle or become paralyzed or anything, I'll buy your number off you. And there's a chap called Dave sold me his number, and I got that really cheap from Dave, so thank you to Dave for that. And it's really great because he was going to be running for charity, so he's really happy that somebody's bought it off him who was going to be running for charity as well, so that's super duper. Now I think a lot of people out there, they are selling their numbers and they have kind of injured themselves. A lot of people feel like they haven't been training hard enough as well. They don't feel confident. I tell you now, it's not that difficult. If you don't feel you can run it, walk it.
Yes.
Yeah. Now then, have we been getting any Facebook comments so far, Michelle?
No, just Ali says hi.
Oh, Ollie.
Ollie.
Hello, Ollie. You all right?
I'm looking at Alex because it says Alex. Ali.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so we've got people listening anyway. If you are listening,
all the time,
yeah, that's right. If you are listening, do give us a big hello. It'll let us know that you're there. We don't actually know how many people have been listening until tomorrow. Because what we'll be doing is on our website we'll check the count, and we'll do that as. We'll use that as our guide to how many people have been listening. Last time we did a show, we got 80 listeners. So I had 80 listeners, and I think the previous ones we always go down to about, I think the lowest we've had is 40, and the highest we've had is 85. But we are sporadic. We're not on every week. We do specials, and that's about it. So if you want to make a donation, anyone, please do. We're really grateful for that. But if you just want to give us some encouragement, say hello. Let us know you're there. Just say hello on the Facebook page. I'll be really grateful for that. So, Harrison, tell us about your egg situation.
Well, I went to Wetherspoons at the Metro Centre, and I got an egg, right. But it wasn't actually an egg. It had no yolk.
It had no yolk. What do you mean?
It had no yolk coming out of it. It had no circle where the yolk is in.
Did you mean it wasn't like runny yolk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you say when they brought it to you? Because it was a kid's meal, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
did your mum get one as well?
Yeah.
Did she have runny yolk?
Yeah, she had one.
But you didn't. So what did you say to the person who brought it?
This isn't an egg.
What did they say?
Nothing.
Did they not? They wouldn't argue with you, would they?
Nah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the customer's always right. Did he not send her back and say, go and get me a proper egg?
No, I got Mum's.
Oh, your mum gave you hers?
Yep.
Probably just to keep the peace. You were probably doing your dinger, weren't you?
He was.
Yeah. Have you ever had to make a complaint at a restaurant? Have you ever had a time when you've been really upset with the service you've had or the food that you've received? Because sometimes it can be quite expensive, you know. Now, I remember it was when me and Michelle first got married many, many years ago. How many years we've been married now?
20.
We've been married now nearly 20 years. And it was when we first got married because we were living in a flat. It was a little dingy flat.
Mm-hmm.
And we ordered an Indian. And I'll never forget it. We had actually 2 instances in that flat because we used to live on Indians.
Yeah.
And the first one was, we got this chicken thing, and it was a chicken topaz or something, and it was like a big chicken breast, and Shell just cut into it, and then she like picked up the chicken straight out of the packet. It was covered in sauce, and she picked it up with a big black hair. And it was this, obviously they weren't wearing hats when they were making it, but it was this big, thick, black hair. And the hair, it was quite a strong hair, wasn't it? It wasn't like yours, because we had ginger.
Yeah, but it would have been no if it was in an Indian restaurant.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They
like...
have got better hair than us ginger people.
Well, they've got stronger hair, haven't they? I mean, us ginger people, we have very fine hair.
Yes.
It's very soft. It's very soft and very wavy.
Yes.
Probably because you use too much conditioner. Mm-hmm. But you have these, like, the Asian hair is very strong, isn't it? And it actually picked up a full chicken without breaking, which I was quite impressed by. However, Michelle wasn't quite as impressed because she was immediately sick. But to be fair, I was pregnant. You were pregnant. You were pregnant at the time. Now, we didn't complain about that one, did we? We just didn't go back to that shop. Mm-hmm. So we went to another shop because we've got loads of Indians in Cromlington. Yeah. And we went to another one. And it was only a few weeks later, and she cut into a chicken tikka masala. And out crawled, what was it?
Some sort of fly?
It was like a beetle? Like a beetle or something crawled out. No, I have to say, both these restaurants, or they weren't restaurants, they were takeaways, weren't they? They don't exist anymore. They have closed. They've gone. They went many years ago, and I'm talking, you know, well, we've been married 20 years, so they've been away for at least 18. So don't worry, all the Indian restaurants in Cromlington are perfect. In fact, all of them are brilliant now. I think a lot of them have become
5 stars.
5 stars, so don't worry about it. You'll not encounter that again. But this beetle crawled out, didn't it?
Yes.
And it was massive. It was big like legs crawling out of this, and it crawled on top of the red chicken tikka masala, and like Shell just screamed, and she like covered it in more chicken tikka masala to kill it, but it kept crawling back out. So eventually we killed it with a fork.
Yeah.
And Michelle you were doing your dinger, weren't you?
Yeah.
And we phoned up. Was it environmental health?
We did.
And Shell's like, look at this! I'm pregnant and a beetle crawled out. Now, makes it sound like you gave birth to a beetle. I'm pregnant and a beetle crawled out of me chicken tikka masala. And the bloke from environmental health, I love the way they fob you off though. I mean, we're only in our early 20s, weren't we? Yeah. But I probably would have just thrown it in the bin nowadays, because I can't be bothered with the hassle. But the bloke from environmental health went, oh, well, you've got a yucca plant. I says, what do you mean? Okay. What's that got to do with it? He says, why, the beetle might have come from your yucca plant. I said, wait, there's no beetles on me yucca plant? He says, well, no, because it went in your chicken tikka masala. I thought, wait, I can't win with that kind of argument. So there you are. What got on that subject? Oh, your egg. Aye. But I tried to make you an egg. I thought you liked egg.
If it's runny.
If it's runny.
And dip in bacon or sausage in it.
Yeah.
I tried to make you an egg sandwich before and you wouldn't have one.
Got no bacon or sausage, you won't have it.
Anyway, I'm having an energy drink at the moment. I'm going to keep awake all the way up until 12 o'clock tonight. So I've got myself a cheap energy drink. Does anybody else drink an energy drink to keep them awake or for any other reason? I know some people use it as a kind of way to keep themselves alert, to keep themselves happy. As a kind of drug. Just self-medicate.
Sends Jacob to sleep.
Yeah, you see, I agree with that. Now, the first time I did the Great North Run, I used sorry, not the first time. I think it would have been the fourth time I did the Great North Run. This year's going to be my 7th one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it must have been about the 4th or 5th time that I did the Great North Run. I had 2 cans of, and it wasn't Red Bull, it was from the pound shop, it was Power Horse. And it tastes foul, absolutely disgusting. But I thought, I'm going to drink 2 cans of it, and I'm going to go on the run. And I set off, and it cut 10 minutes off my time.
Yeah.
I was actually 10 minutes quicker than any other year, just by drinking 2 cans of Power Horse.
But you had lost some weight as well, though.
Yeah. Oh well, that's very true. Hadn't really lost some weight.
I think you had.
How much had I lost? I must have put it back on.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Oh, thanks very much. I do my best, well, okay, I'd lost some weight and 2 cans of Power Horse. But anyway, our eldest son, Jacob, he gets put to sleep by drinking energy drink. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. The energy drink puts him to sleep. Now, for me, I can drink energy drink. If I'm doing exercise, it has a really good effect.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have energy, and I can also make us, alert if I'm sitting doing some work on the computer. But as well, if I have an energy drink in the morning, by the afternoon I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah.
Now apparently that is a crash. Apparently it uses up all your energy, and then by the afternoon you just go to sleep. Does anybody else have that? Does anybody drink energy drink? What effect does it have on you?
And when you did it as well, and you did the Anik run.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember that.
You were weeing Black Wee.
Black Wee energy drink. Was that Power Horse?
Yeah, you had 3 cans that day, and your wee was black.
Black Wee, ladies and gentlemen. Black Wee. Now what happened? Yes, well, I did the Anik run, and I had 3 cans of Power Horse, because I was determined that I was going to beat my time. But the Anik run was really difficult because it was up mountains and things. And at the end of it, I think I was severely dehydrated. According to the internet, if you've got Black Wee, it means you're digesting your internal organs or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, according to the internet, anyway.
Lovely.
Oh, here we are. We've got Stu. Stu's listening. Stu Warrior. Hello, Stu. It's nice to hear that you're listening. Now, Stu said next time we're up in the north, we should go for a curry. Yes, we jolly well should. Now, I wonder how many other people are going to be listening tonight as well. Just let we know. Get yourself onto the Facebook. Let us know that you're listening. It's great to hear from everybody who's on tonight. It's very rare that we do this show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Now then, let me have a look, because Shell's been doing her homework for the past few weeks, and we've been trying to do an archaeological dig and get some of our facts about the Independence Day that we should have done on the 4th of July. Hang on then. I will get that sorted out. But, oh, hang on, you've just passed that over to us. Thank you very much. Now then, I think most people who listen to this are fans of Night Owls, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you know, Night Owls has got a lot of regular listeners, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And a regular people who phone in on a regular basis. One of those people is Neil from Bedlington. Now, he came 4th in Night Owl of the Year this year. Mm-hmm. One of our favourite people. We like to listen to him every week. Now then, I have been on the internet, and there's been a DJ, or I'm assuming it's a DJ, has put together a mix of Neil talking to Alan. And so I'm going to play that for you now. As soon as I can find it, hang on. There we are. Here we go. So here we go.
Hello, Neil. Hello, Neil. Hello, Alan. Hello, Ben. How are you? Okay. Yeah. What do devils drink? I don't know. Dynamite. Dynamite. Okay. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be. me on. Yes, why so good? Sport to parties, why so good? But just kiss me on, I'll get you. Why so good? Sport to parties, why so good? Sport to parties. Is it because they've got nobody to go with? They have a way of time. Brace yourself. Okay. Okay. Yes, you're kidding me on. Yes, you're kidding me on. Yes, don't say the challenge on a Saturday. Because next year is 2012. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes, you're kidding me on. Yes, you're kidding me on. Yes. Brace yourself. You're just kidding me on, all of your jokes.
Oh, hang on. That's on a loop. Sometimes you got to find the off button, but finding the off button when you've got so many pages open on the computer is very difficult. That was Neil from Bedlington on the Night Owls program. That's been remixed there by, and I'm not sure who it was who did that. It's somebody on the internet. It's on YouTube, and I think it was played on Night Owls once as well. So if you know who it was, let me know. Anyway, Shell's been compiling some facts. She's handed me a piece of paper here. Cheese facts.
Yes.
Cheese facts. Cheese is very interesting. In fact, cheese helped me to put a stone on last year.
And me.
Yeah. And we did go. Me and Shell went through like a cheese mad few months, didn't we, at the beginning of the year? Because we started going to any restaurant we could find, any
stately home,
golf courses, cafes, pubs, and we went. You know, the main thing was to try cheese boards and find the best one, and find the best cheese boards that you can find. Now, the best cheese board, in your opinion, was found where? I know where I think the best cheese board was.
The worst one, I can remember the worst one.
Okay, the worst
was that
one.
Pub that Stu showed you.
No, Stu Warrior showed me a pub down by the quayside. I think it was last year or the year before. And so I took Shell there, and I says, do you know what? On the menu, they've got cheese board. So we went down there, and I can't remember the name of the pub, but it's on the quayside at Newcastle, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It's like pie and mash or something.
And it's a great little pub, actually. You can get, you know, traditional food there, and you can get...
No, you get pies.
And you get
it's
pies.
All pies, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but that's great, because a pie and a beer works really well.
Yeah.
I love it. But cheese board, it wasn't the greatest, was it?
It was shocking.
It wasn't the greatest. Yeah, I think you got a few bits of cheddar and some crackers. It was uninspiring.
Yes.
It wasn't that you didn't get enough. It was just not, because there was no Stilton there.
It was just rubbish cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
Or Leicester.
Yeah, absolutely. So that wasn't good. But what was the best?
I still like Ridley Hall.
Ridley Hall?
Not Ridley Hall, Ridley Arms.
Oh, goodness me, the Ridley Arms in Stannington. Yeah, that gets a thumbs up from me, definitely. I remember we went there and it was a full, because they brought it out on a big piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt so traditional and pagan with all this, with all the different cheeses on and all of that. But it was really nice.
Have you remembered where the best one was?
Okay, where's the best one?
Beamish Hall.
Beamish Hall, yeah, I was going to say that. Beamish Hall gives you the best. It gives you the best selection of Stilton, lots of different cheeses.
And fruit.
And they also, as an additional piece of garnish, which really adds to it, it's fruit.
Yes.
And you're not just talking little bit, you're talking grapes, you're talking bits of apple. It was fantastic. But what we do at Beamish Hall, we go there, we get the cheese with the fruit and everything and the crackers, but also a selection of breads.
And olives and oil.
Oh yes, and olives. Oh goodness me!
No wonder we got fat.
Anyway, what brought us onto that subject?
Cheese.
Oh, aye, cheese facts. So, cheese facts. Cheese facts. Cheese is made from milk and takes around 10 litres of milk to make 1 kilogram of hard cheese. Well, we knew it was made from milk.
Yeah,
we kind of like knew that. Do you know goat's cheese is made from goat's milk?
Never.
Yeah, alright. Some cheese, like mature cheddar, are stored for 1 year or longer before they are ready to eat.
See, that just sounds disgusting.
Well, yeah, because you think it would go off. But here's a place you can go locally to watch cheese being made. And do you know where I'm talking about?
The cheese farm.
The cheese farm at Blagden. If you're ever in the area around Blagden, I mean, if you visit Northumberlandia, for example, Northumberlandia, very popular spot now for people to visit. Whenever you drive past Northumberlandia, there's people standing at the top.
Yeah.
If you want to go for somewhere to visit after that, obviously you've got Cramlington you can go into, and there's a great shopping centre. But there's also loads of farm shops around Blagden, which is right on top of Northumberlandia as well. And if you go to the cheese farm, which is it Milk Hope?
It is, yeah.
No, it's not. It's further up the road.
It's at the cheese farm.
Is it just called cheese farm? It's all part of Blagden, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you just look for cheese farm. Yeah.
Or if you want a coffee when you're at Northumberlandia,
yeah.
go to the pub next to it and you get it in a wine glass.
Oh, that was ridiculous. That the Snowy Owl. Don't get us wrong, the Snowy Owl is a great pub. But when Northumberlandia first opened, it was too busy, wasn't it? And I don't think they were prepared for it being as busy as it was. And a great pub.
Oh, it is.
I kind of thought the food
lovely.
there is fantastic.
Yeah.
But this day we went, it was so busy that they didn't know where to put the coffee. That ran out of cups, and so they brought Michelle out a cup. Is it on Facebook?
It should be somewhere,
They brought her out a cup of coffee in a wine glass, and it was just, come on. If you haven't got, just come out and tell me you haven't got a cup. Don't put it in a wine
just
glass.
go and wash one.
Yeah, wash one. Yeah. Anyway, bless them though, bless them.
Yeah.
Aye. But yeah, great. Go to the cheese farm. You can watch them making cheese there. So there you are. Now here's a one for you. Cheddar is named after the Cheddar Gorge.
Of course.
Yeah, that's not even. Are these interesting facts?
Not really. They're not
really.
No.
Yeah, the cheese is made of milk. Cheddar comes from Cheshire.
Cheddar comes from Cheshire.
Does
Does
it?
Cheshire not come from Cheshire?
All right. Does it? All right. The majority of Shropshire Blue is not actually made in Shropshire, but Leicester. Do you know what? That's not news.
I think that's quite interesting.
Is it? Oh yeah. Okay. I suppose it is. Cheshire is one of the. Oh, you're right. Okay. Good. Cheshire is one of the oldest British cheeses. It dates from Roman times and even gets a mention in the Domesday Book. Yeah, that is interesting. That's a historic cheese.
It is.
Cornish York came from a recipe found in a book in a farmer's attic. His name was Mr. Gray. York spelt backwards. That's great. Harrison, are you farting? I've got to apologise for my son. We can be in a restaurant and you wait until it's really quiet and then you just let one rip. And you kind of tell them off because they've let one rip really loudly. They're laughing and then everybody else in the restaurant tries to hold their laugh in, then starts laughing as well. And when I try to tell them off, they start laughing even louder. Dear me. Anyway, is that a new onesie you've got, Harrison?
Yep.
Yeah. Where'd you get that from?
I didn't get it.
Oh, right, okay then. Did I tell you what happened to me at work the other week?
No.
Oh, this is great. This is great, this. Have you ever done this? I doubt anybody's ever done this. I went and filled up me works van up with diesel and forgot to pay for it. I actually filled it right to the top. And I didn't find out until this week that on Monday morning the police phoned up work and said, "Are you aware that one of your employees has not paid for diesel?" So, thanks to my employer for running up to the petrol station and paying for that straight away. I could have been arrested.
Yes, you could.
Goodness me.
No, but that would have made a good story.
Well, that would have been an even better story, wouldn't it, if I'd been arrested? So remember, folks, it's always right to pay for your diesel. Capurli was traditionally eaten by Welsh coal miners for their lunch. Nobody cares about that. Wait, I tell you, I'm gonna.
Ollie's just saying here that there's down somewhere.
Yeah.
They're making a cheese with charcoal.
Ooh. They're making a cheese with charcoal.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Ollie. Now.
Be good for pregnant women.
Well, actually, charcoal, I'm sure used to be.
It's meant to be good for you.
I think it's meant to be good for. I think it's meant to be for indigestion or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. So Michelle has got the earphones on her lugs at the minute. She's actually making sure that we're still broadcasting, because one of our big fears is that the computer starts to slow down. We don't have the most advanced internet connection in the world. We're using PlusNet, but it doesn't seem to be too bad.
No.
I mean, I've got to be honest. It's never let us down that much. Cheese is a source of vitamin B12, which you need for red blood cell formation. Right. Is all cheese going to be rich in that, I wonder?
Don't know.
All these vitamins that you need. I mean, I think everybody goes through a stage where they buy loads of vitamins from Asda because they're cheaper. But do they really have any effect? Does anybody take vitamins? Let me know if you take vitamins at home, which ones that you take. I know for a while I took ginseng. That's not a vitamin, but it's a supplement, isn't it?
Right.
Actually, I say it's a supplement. I mean, it's a bit of a silly word, supplement, because you get a tablet. Let's say, you know, they get these berries, and they turn these berries into a tablet and say, it's now a supplement. But if it was just berries I was eating, I would just be eating a berry. I would just be eating berries. But when it's turned into a tablet, suddenly it becomes a supplement, as if it has any effect, as if it has any greater effect than eating a berry. I don't think it does. The world's biggest cheesecake, made in 2009 in Mexico City, was 56 centimeters. That's 1 foot and 10 inches to you and me. That's how high it was. It was taller than the world's shortest man, who was 54 centimeters tall. There you go. The patron saint of cheesemongers is Saint Bartholomew the Apostle. He's in the Bible, he is. Pizza Hut uses about 140 million kilograms of cheese per year.
That's a lot.
It is. I wouldn't like to carry it. But is it really cheese? I mean, let's face it. Are these cheese like in a cellophane thing? Is that really cheese?
Pizza Hut's on top of the pizza.
What did I read pizzas? Did I? Hang on.
Right. What are you talking about Pizza Hut?
I was. Do you know what? I thought I was reading about burgers.
It's a big
That's
difference.
how late it is. That's how tired I am. I'm sitting here with a cheap version of Red Bull, trying to keep myself awake. Hang on. No, this was 67 pence from Asda. It's diet summer fruits flavour. Blue Charge. Now, I have to say, how can you have diet energy drink? Diet energy drink? It's an energy drink with no energy in it. But it does have taurine and caffeine in
You'd be
it.
better off having a coffee.
Do you know, I think you probably would. But the thing is, it's got taurine and caffeine in, which is meant to simulate adrenaline. But doesn't it just simulate anxiety as well? If you're just going to be sitting there and you're not going to use the energy that it simulates, you're just going to get anxiety and have panic attacks, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you have these energy drinks? Do you have more anxiety attacks when you do? Because like amphetamines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think about these people who have amphetamines. Similar effect, only bigger. Anxiety attacks all the time. There you are. I only know that because I worked with drugs and alcohol for a while. I don't mean taking it myself. I mean people who take it. Anyway. Cheese consumption began as early as 8,000 BC when sheep were first domesticated to as late as 3,000 BC. Hang on, what do they mean by that? Do they mean that they started making cheese between 8,000 and 3,000 BC?
They've just said it's when the Romans came.
Oh no, that was a specific kind of cheese. Oh. Yeah, I can't remember what kind it was, but so that's a 5,000 year gap. They can't say, oh, it was between these times. It was when we were looking after sheep. It is believed to have been discovered in the Middle East or by nomadic Turkic tribes in Central Asia, where foodstuffs were commonly stored in animal hides or organs for transport. What kind of organs would you store milk in?
Stomach.
So you would pull an animal's stomach out and store some milk in it.
Yeah. It's a nice round thing ready to hold.
Yeah. Yeah, you find me drinking from that. Goodness. Ah, God. Milk stored in animal stomachs would have separated into curds and whey by movement, and the rennet and bacteria naturally present. Oh, God. So the bacteria in the stomach would help it to turn to cheese.
Yeah.
So it hasn't really been treated very well, this.
Well, it didn't in those days, though, did it?
Then again, why not? I mean, cheese is sometimes mouldy anyway, isn't it? I love Stilton cheese, blue cheeses.
Smelly feet cheese.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Stilton cheese, if it really tastes foul, when you put a little bit of chutney on it, it just tastes so much sweeter. You know? Are you listening to that on the radio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, put in here. Now, have one here for me.
I'm doing both.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I can multitask. I'm a woman.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's very true. Each day, our friends in France, Italy, Greece, and Germany eat more than twice as much cheese per person as we do. Which country is the biggest seller of cheese in the world, or the biggest producer of cheese in the world? I know this because this was on the pub quiz at the Plough in Cramlington.
America.
Oh, bugger! How do you know that?
Because they're the fattest.
They are. Americans are fat.
And they I watch.
Yeah.
Programs.
You watch I watch programs on the television about Americans eating food.
No, we watch Man vs. Food and the amount of cheese they put on all their food.
I mean, I'm a vegetarian and I watch Man vs. Food, and honestly, I could. That's the temptation for me to go back to eating meat. Just watching all this pork.
Oh, but it's disgusting, half the stuff they put on.
You see, I think we're generally meat eaters.
Was the burger? Was it lasagna they did the other day? That was just disgusting.
Oh no, that lasagna looked really good because it wasn't. What they did was they got a load of McDonald's beef burgers, and then they put cheese on top of that.
Yeah.
And then they put pasta on top of that. Then they put more cheeseburgers on top of that, and then more pasta and mince and all these things. Then they cooked it all up. It looked gorgeous. Could you not have eaten that?
No, because it had the bread buns in as well.
You see, it was me being a vegetarian, I would have to have the corn burgers, which incidentally McDonald's don't do yet. McDonald's, come on! There's plenty of vegetarians out there. We don't want to eat your rubbish. What are they serving McDonald's for vegetarians? Salads.
Uh-huh.
They must serve something else. Oh, did they not do vegetable burgers?
They used to. I don't know if they still do.
Well, they were awful anyway. Look, McDonald's, get some corn on your menu, for goodness sake. Anyway, at least they could treat the corn better than they treat their animals in the... I was going to say in the wild, but they're not in the wild, are they? McDonald's goes hunting. Apparently they do in Scotland. In 1987... a 1,400-year-old piece of cheese was unearthed in a Tipperary bog in Ireland. It was still edible.
Yeah, but I want to know who actually ate it.
Well, how does cheese become inedible? Because if it can go mouldy and it becomes more of a quality cheese when it's mouldy, when does cheese become inedible?
But how can they tell how old it is? It's cheese.
Well, you carbon date it. Carbon date your cheese. Get a scientist to do it, Brian Cox. He could come along, carbon date it. Yeah, there you are. Oh, and of course, the other page didn't print out properly, did it?
It did some.
But look at the state of that.
My news of today.
The news of today. So this is the news of today, Michelle, is it?
Yeah, I found those two stories very funny.
Okay, then do you want to read them out?
No,
I'll read them out. Okay then, the world's first Moo bra has gone on sale in Japan. It promises round-the-clock protection against the effects of gravity. Also get matching undies. So that's a bra for men.
Yeah, and they're all flowery.
For men?
They haven't even made them look masculine.
We couldn't even put footballs or beer on them. Oh, that's ridiculous. Mind you, I think for a lot of men when they develop moobs, it's a bit frightening.
Well, it says if you wear them at night time, it gives you extra support during the day. They're not as droopy in the morning.
What, your man breasts? Oh, for Christ's sake! Oh. I mean, man breasts are a terrible thing. I remember I went up to 14 stone when I worked at Procter & Gamble years ago. I mean, I left there 15 years ago. But I realised I had man boobs when I was on the forklift truck and had to go on uneven ground. And as I was going over the uneven ground, I felt something wobbling in my top. And I realised it was me breasts. And I don't know, I think I must have felt a bit like a teenage girl when she develops her breasts for the first time. Because I was a little bit confused by it. No, it can't be. At least they're expecting it, aren't they? I wasn't expecting it. I was on a forklift truck, for Christ's sake. And I felt a great weight wobbling on my chest. So, I mean, it came to the point where they became quite mouth-watering, I have to say. But it was time to get rid of them, so I had to go on a diet. And I went on the severe crash diet to get rid of those man breasts. But that's the thing for a lot of blokes. They get their man boobs. If you go, you can see a lot of blokes that do have... can you remember the Great North Run? There was one bloke, and he was wearing a white T-shirt, and he had big man breasts, but he also, as a result, because it was raining, severe nipple chafe.
Well, it was bleeding, wasn't it?
Yeah, his nipples were actually bleeding. His whole entire white T-shirt was turning red with the blood from his nipples. So, yeah, okay, some people can say, having man breasts is no problem. It's all part of age. And putting weight on is just a natural part of age. But the thing is, if you're going for a 13.5-mile run and your breasts are swinging to and fro,
you need a good support bra.
You need to have a support bra. And I think it's great that the world's first moob bra has gone on sale in Japan. I'll be going on the internet later on to see if I can get one. But
they're only £16 with matching underpants.
With matching underpants, you say?
Yes, matching underpants.
That's fantastic.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Have you seen them?
I'll try and get a picture.
See if you can get a picture up and put a link to it on the Facebook page. So Shell's gonna go having a look for that. Anyway, what else has been happening in the news today? The news.
It's just talking about underpants, you see.
All right, well, you get there. The news. Pauline Hickson moved house 7 times in a bid to escape a saucy spook. A saucy spook? Ooh. Pauline called a professional ghostbuster to banish the ungarmented loving ghoul. The ungarmented loving ghoul that she says had followed her around the United Kingdom. My underwear was going missing, and someone had been in my shower. So she thinks she's been kind of stalked sexually by a ghost.
Yes, she does.
Well, she needs to get that sorted out, and that's the problem when it's a ghost who's stalking you sexually. You can't just bring in the police, because it is a crime stalking. But the thing is, it's difficult to get rid of ghosts, partially because you need to find somebody who can do an exorcism, but mostly because they don't exist. Oh no, I didn't mean that. I don't want to knock people's deeply held beliefs, do we? They don't exist. No.
But you did have an exorcism, and I did show you.
Oh, did you have an exorcism?
Yeah, if you read, carry on reading.
Did you? All right, hang on then. I will. Oh, sorry, I'm not finished reading it. Oh yes, I'd come home from work and all my things would have been rifled through. That sounds more like a robbery to me. Well, go on, it could be a ghost. Pauline from East Yorkshire claims the smutty spectre started its disturbing pranks after she moved into a bungalow in North Hull. Within weeks of settling into her new abode, Pauline felt an unexplained presence. Well, I think an unexplained presence... when people say that they experience a presence, what does that actually mean? Should I tell you what I think that means? Paranoia. Yeah, but never mind. Go on. She experienced an unexplained presence. That sounds so credible. And began to notice pictures sliding from the walls and scratches tearing along the doors whenever she left the house. But the ghastly goings-on were not restricted to the whole property, as the paranormal activity seemed to follow Pauline when she moved in with her friends and family. Bras vanished. Knickers were flung around the room. Steve Neeshaw put Pauline under hypnosis. He must be a hypnotherapist then.
Yeah.
Or is he a hypnotist?
Don't know.
He's either a hypnotherapist or a hypnotist. Either one, he put her under hypnosis. Let's find out what happened. Which he combined the hypnosis with an exorcism. It provided her with instant results. Ghostbusting Steve reported feeling a blast of cold air. I got that from you before, didn't I, Harrison? But that was your farting. I mean, I don't want to say that's potentially what it was. But Steve reported a feeling of blast of cold air before seeing a large man and a 14-year-old boy fly past him. How did he know he was 14-year-old?
I know.
Did he? So there you go. Oh, that's a spooky story, that, man. So that was today's news, was it? Well, that is good news.
Well, it was interesting news.
It is. I tell you something. I enjoy watching the news, but by golly, it gets miserable, doesn't it? Yeah. What things have been in the news over the past few weeks? You've got war in Ukraine. You've got war in Iraq. You've got war in the Gaza. And I did hear that North Korea had fired a missile at South Korea. I haven't heard any more about that, but it's all kicking off.
Yeah, it is.
Basically, it's all kicking off. Anyway, I am really sorry again to everybody who was wanting to tune in and listen to our American Independence Day show a couple of months ago on the 4th of July.
Yes.
Now, we were really planning a great show for that, and what I did was I went over to the birthplace. No, it's not the birthplace, is it? I was going to say the birthplace of George Washington, but it's not.
It's where his granddad was born.
Yeah, so in Washington Old Hall, near Sunderland, that was the family home of the Washingtons. Yes. So that was his granddad's family home, is that right?
Yeah.
So I decided to take a trip in the morning of the 4th of July to go and watch the 4th of July celebrations, the observance of the 4th of July. And it was excellent. I had some of the schools there who were doing speeches and songs commemorating the day. But do you know who else was there? Who I met?
No.
The Drifters.
Ooh.
The Drifters turned up to Washington Old Hall. Apparently they were going to be doing a show that night at Sunderland Empire Theatre, which incidentally we got free tickets for a few months ago, didn't we, from Metro Radio? Don't worry, I didn't get them as a kind of thing. I had to ring in and talk to Alan to get them. It's great, some of the gifts you get on Metro Radio, though, isn't it? For ringing in, you go into the hat, and sometimes you can get an iPad or something like that. But we got tickets to go and see Stump.
Yes,
that was fantastic.
That was really good, though.
That was brilliant. But here it was the Drifters, and they sang the Spangled Banner. The Star Spangled Banner. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely brilliant. So what a great day that was. But I was going to collect a load of interviews and things for that day as well, but unfortunately we had to cancel it all. But if you get the chance, it's on every year on the 4th of July up at Washington Old Hall. Pop up, because it really is a great thing. Anyway, Independence Day for America. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, both signers of the Declaration of Independence and presidents of the United States, died, wait for it, on July the 4th. Exactly 50 years after the adoption of the Declaration. So they both died on the 4th of July, 1826.
Yeah.
Exactly 50 years after the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. What does that mean, though? Does that mean something?
No, not really.
No, but it's an interesting fact. The universities in the northeast of England all have American football teams. So that must. I don't know how far the north of England stretches down to, but if you've got the University of Newcastle, you've got Northumbria University, Sunderland University, Teesside University. Is there any? Oh, Durham University. Any others? Would that include Leeds?
Leeds isn't really up here, is it?
I think it's still classed as the north.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Hull. Yeah. Well, if they've all got American football teams. Who would really be bothered, though? American football just seems so... It doesn't even seem like a game. Does it have rules? I don't think it does. It's just a bunch of people dressed in silly outfits, isn't it? George Washington was the first president of the USA. His ancestors lived in Washington Old Hall. This is where the family took their surname of Washington. His great-grandfather, John Washington, emigrated to Virginia in 1657. It was here in America where he was born. So, hang on. It wasn't his grandfather who was there. Sorry, it was his grandfather, not his father.
Aye.
So, they're not making too much of a big thing out of Washington Old Hall.
Yeah.
Maybe they are. But it's interesting to visit. I've got to be honest, I would only visit Washington Old Hall if I was a member of the National Trust.
Mm-hmm.
We did go there when we were members of the National Trust, but I wouldn't pay the money that they charge to go in just for a look around.
Yeah.
Because it's not that great. I mean, it's interesting, but it's just not that great. Although I am told it's a fantastic place for a wedding. But it's in Old Washington Village anyway, if you're ever up there. American laws. Are you ready? Alabama. It is illegal to play dominoes on Sunday. In Florida, having sexual relations with a porcupine is illegal.
Prickly.
It is. Well, yeah, but the thing is, what if you're really in love? You may not fart in a public place after 6 p.m. on Thursdays. Do you hear that, Harrison? That's you. The molestation of trash cans is banned. Yeah. It is considered an offence to shower naked. You may not kiss your wife's breasts. Really? That's an American law. You cannot kiss your wife's breasts. Kansas, it's illegal to ride a mule down a main street in August unless the animal's wearing a straw hat. Did you make these up?
I didn't.
Where did you get them from?
They're American.
Oh, goodness.
They're American, man. Away.
In Maine, it is illegal to blow one's nose in public. I can understand that. I mean, don't get us wrong. I don't mind people wiping their nose in public. Right? Maybe they get the hanky and they just discreetly wipe their nose or whatever. But what I really detest is like people with a really loud blown nose. You know, where they get the hanky out. For some reason, the hanky always is massive.
Yeah. And
they put the full thing around their face and they go. But one's never enough. Then they do another one. And they just fill that hanky up with snot. They move it away from their face. They open the hanky up. They look in it just to see the contents, roll it up, and then shove it back in their pocket. Old women are worse than that. You know what old women do with the hanky?
They lick it and...
Ah, what do you mean they lick it?
They lick it and then rub some smudge off your face.
What kind of one? Well, I remember when I was little, my mother, like, if you had...
That's what your grannies used to do.
Yeah, if it was... You never see that now, but in the olden days, if you had some muck on your face, they would spit on a hanky, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And they would spit on a hanky and then clean your face with the spit, with the hanky. Mate, I don't think they used to do it with snot. I mean, surely not.
But the hanky could have been snotty.
Oh well, yeah. If they've put a load of snot in the hanky, and then clean your face with it. Actually, old women's hankies should be full of snot, spit, and lipstick. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, I know a lot about hankies. So there we go. Nevada. A man is forbidden from buying drinks for more than 3 people other than himself at any one period during the day. That's interesting. Now, if you're out with 5 friends, you would only be allowed to buy 3.
Yeah, cheap round.
Cheap round. Is?
Uh-huh.
Aye, but have you seen the price of drink nowadays? Oh, goodness. Now, are you okay if you go to Wetherspoons? You could get a round of drinks in and go, actually, do you know what that cost me? That only came to a tenner. You go to other places and you could be spending £20 buying a round of drinks in. Goodness me. Now then, it is illegal to drive a camel on the highway. It's actually illegal to drive a camel on the highway in Britain. If you were to go on a motorway on your camel, the police would pull you over and you'd be removed.
Yeah.
And the camel. That just makes sense. You've got cars doing 90 mile an hour down there. Oh, I can't say this one with the Ben sitting there.
Yeah, no,
I can't say that one. Oh, what a shame. Wyoming, you need a license to take a picture of a rabbit during January, February, March, or April. Yeah. In Eureka, that's a place, men who wear mustaches are forbidden from kissing women. Really?
I think half of these are just stupid.
Men with mustaches it's illegal for them to to kiss women.
Yeah.
What about Thomas Magnum?
He might not have been from Nebraska. Or where was it? Eureka.
No, he wasn't from Eureka. He was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But like, what if he was really handsome and a woman fancied him? She wouldn't be able to kiss him. It's illegal. Oh, hang on. Let's just read that again. Men who wear mustaches are forbidden from kissing. I can see a loophole. The man is forbidden from kissing.
Women could kiss
but
him.
women could kiss him. You see what I mean? Everyone walking on the street of Elko is required to wear a mask. In Memphis, it's illegal for a woman to drive by herself. A man must walk or run in front of the vehicle, waving a red flag in order to warn approaching pedestrians and motorists. Yeah.
And they complain about all the religions.
Yeah, I wonder how it's something like that. I mean, like, yeah, but there has been, you know, in the past, women were kind of not given responsibilities, were they? I mean, at one time, people just didn't think women were capable of working in certain jobs, did they?
Yeah.
So when driving came along, people would have naturally had anxiety that women wouldn't be able to do it. And you still today hear about people going on about, women drivers. Are women drivers worse drivers than men, though? I've heard some women say that women drivers are worse than men. Now, I will only agree with that. I have seen more women texting in a car than men. I don't see men texting in the car.
I've seen women put makeup on, and that's wrong.
Oh, yeah. So
That's
actually,
disgusting.
yeah.
I don't know how they can.
I was in Bedlington, and the car in front of me was doing no more than 5 miles an hour, and the woman was obviously putting her makeup on in the mirror.
Yeah.
In the mirror, and she wasn't bothered. All she had to do was pull over. But no, she carried on.
It was
the
she got to
strangest-
work and then just car park, or do it at home before you leave.
Yeah, absolutely. Ohio law states that pets have to carry lights on their tails at night. You know, I
That
think
makes sense, actually.
that does make sense. In fact, we did buy a light for our dog, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
It's like a colour that flashes.
Yeah.
So when we're going taking her running at night time in the winter on the hills, we can see where she's running to. That does make sense. That's like a safety thing.
Yeah.
40% of Americans think that humans and dinosaurs lived at the same time. Now that's why Americans are thick, right? It is. I know I am generalizing. Don't get us wrong. Not all Americans are thick. I mean, but too much of a large percentage. I mean, that's 40% of Americans. 40% of Americans think that humans and dinosaurs lived at the same time. Now, do you know why they believe that?
No.
Because they're religious. Because they're fundamentalist Christians. They believe that the dinosaur bones that they found aren't millions of years old, just a few thousand. That is just absolutely, that's the saddest thing ever. They're meant to be an advanced country. 40% of their people. That means there's only 60% of those people who could be eligible to go through a university degree in the sciences, or even pass a GCSE in the sciences. That's terrifying. And that what a lack of respect for real evidence. But you've got a lot of people in America as well that present false evidence. Pseudoscience. There are 19 million new cases of syphilis, gonorrhea. Gonorrhea? Is that right? Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, aye.
And chlamydia in the United States every single year. The United States has the highest divorce rate on the globe. It's got a massive population though, hasn't it? So that doesn't really surprise me. Although, does that mean percentage-wise, I wonder? It could also be easier to get a divorce there. Impotence in the US is grounds for divorce. George H.W. Bush vomited on Japanese Prime Minister, I can't pronounce his name, on the Japanese Prime Minister at a banquet in 1992. That's really embarrassing. More people have been diagnosed with mental disorders in the United States than any other nation on the earth. Well, yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, well, I can understand that, and I'll tell you why. And shall I tell you why? Because 40% of Americans think that humans and dinosaurs lived at the same time. So that doesn't shock me at all that more are diagnosed with mental disorders, because they're going to have a wrestling in their head between what is reality and what they're told to believe. What a place. I mean, mental disorders in the United States as well could be overly diagnosed. Don't forget, in the United States, you can just buy drugs. Go on, you. It's a very strange place. There are 3 towns in the United States that have the name Santa Claus. 27% of Americans believe we never landed on the moon, while 41% believe in aliens. 41% believe in aliens. So let's have a look at that. 27%, that's a quarter of Americans believe that we never landed on the moon. And I think that's quite, it sounds quite high, but the conspiracy theorists have really pushed that though, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, what about you, Night Owls? Do you believe that we landed on the moon? There does seem to be video footage of it. There is evidence that we have, but is it real evidence? Well, tell us what you think. I mean, personally, it seems to be obvious that we landed on the moon. It's not really that far away. But tell us what you think. Now, what have we got from Ollie Ellie here? City laws in California. So this is from Ellie. She's just put this up. Ollie. What did I say? Ollie Ellie. All right? Eli. Ollie. Anyway.
You should know this. You get it wrong every time.
I know I do. Anyway, she's put. He. It's a he. City laws in California. In Alabama. Pronounce that place for me, please. I can't pronounce it. You can leave your car on the street overnight without a proper permit. Ooh,
You can't.
You can't.
I like this one. No dog shall be in a public place without its master on a leash.
It's master. Why does it master have to be on a leash?
Can you imagine a dog taking us for a walk?
Go on then. What's the other? What's the other one?
And nobody's allowed to ride a bicycle in a swimming pool.
Yeah. I wonder how did they come up with that? Americans, come on. What's next? Nobody is allowed. City council order reads: no dog shall be in a public place without its master. Oh, you just read that one.
That was funny.
Yeah, you're not permitted to wear cowboy boots unless you already own at least 2 cows. Alan Robson used to wear cowboy boots. Yeah, back in the 80s, I remember. Me and me mates used to stalk Alan Robson in the shops if we saw him, but we're too shy to say hello to him. But he used to wear cowboy boots. So there you go, Alan Robson. Yeah, I'm talking as if he's listening. Do you think he's listening? No. This is his night off. Man. This is his night off. Do you know what he's doing right now? He's in bed. Now we've got Kerry from Cramlington. Yeah. She's joined us as well, has she?
She has, yeah.
So, hello, Kerry. I did meet Kerry yesterday. It was lovely meeting you, Kerry. And it's nice to see you've joined on the Night Owls there. Always nice to meet new people.
Yeah, it is.
If you do see me and Michelle walking through Newcastle, do say hello. A few people do at times.
They do.
In fact, I was out with Neil one time, Neil from Bedlington, and somebody pulled up in the car and shouted, "Vote for Neil from Bedlington for Night Owl of the Year!" And it was fantastic, because he made number 4 for Night Owl of the Year this year. But it was just lovely for him when somebody pulled up in the car and just shouted their support for him as well. Because he is really popular, isn't he? Yeah, really popular. Do you know, in America it's illegal to spit except on baseball diamonds? What are baseball diamonds?
I haven't a clue.
Okay. A man can't go outside while wearing a jacket and pants that do not match. A man can't go if they don't match. Is that right? Anyway, you've got to be matching. And that was repealed. That law was repealed when Clint Eastwood was the mayor of Carmel, is it? Yeah. Anyway, here's a good one. Women may not wear high heels while in the city limits. I wonder why that would be. I'll tell you why. Because Americans, they're not very bright. 40% of Americans think that humans and dinosaurs coexisted.
Aye, but if 50% are overweight, then they cannot really wear high heels anyway.
Yeah, 50% are overweight. They can't wear high heels because they'll break them. So there you go. Ollie, thank you very much for those wonderful facts that you have sent us. Now then, I think it's time for another tune. What do you reckon?
Go on then.
Yeah, we'll have another tune. Now then, because we've been talking about Neil, I think we should put on a tune that he actually did. What do you reckon? How does that sound to you? Yeah, so we're going to put on a song from Neil. Now this is a song that he did on YouTube, which was to try and get votes for people to become Night Owl of the Year. So I'll play this for you. This was a heavy metal song, so I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget, they will be taking votes at the end of the year again for Night Owl of the Year. I do hope you vote for Neil. I'm going to be doing a campaign for him to try and get him to #1, because if we can get him to #1 for Night Owl of the Year just once, that would be fantastic. So here's his campaign song for last year.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Vote for the Neil from Bennington. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Vote for me. Neil from Bedlington, please vote for me. Rock, 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 rock. Vote for me. I'm the vote for me. I'm the best. I'm the one with the hairy chest. I'm the best. I'm the one with the hairy chest. I'm the best. Rock. Vince Dublin, Vince Dublin, Vince Dublin, Vince Dublin, Vince Dublin, Vince Dublin. Rock, 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 rock. Vincent Newman, Vincent Newman, Vincent Newman. All the night out in the world rock. Vote for me. All the night out in the world rock. Vote for me. Vote for me. Vote for me. Vote for me. La 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 la. Vince Dublin, the fish and chip. La 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 la. La 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 la. Rock.
Oh, that was a really successful campaign that was last year for Neil. We were really pleased to hear that he got to #4. We really want to do that again this year as well. We want to try and get him to #1 if we can. Now we'll be starting that campaign probably in the late autumn. And we'll be doing a Facebook page to try and get as much support for that as possible as well. We had a lot of fun, didn't we, last year, doing the campaign? It really was. I mean, getting a #4 was great. It really was. Now then, I've had a note passed to us from Harrison. He says, Harrison does, he's got his own talent, and it's called the belly slaps. Now, he wants to demonstrate his belly slaps, so we'll let him do that a little bit later on. We've had some banter on the Facebook there. Oh, see, Ollie is a woman. See, I was right. Didn't I say Ollie was a woman?
No, you just said she was a man.
Did I?
So I'm saying you do it every time.
Did I say that Ollie was a man last time?
You said a he. You said, oh, he's...
He. Do you know why? I'm thinking...
Ollie Murs. No.
Oh, Ollie Murs, yeah. And I'm thinking of... Do you know what's come to mind?
What?
That comedian that was from South Shields. And Ulverston. Who am I thinking of? What's his name? Ollie.
Oliver Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy. But it wasn't, was it? It was Stan Laurel from South Shields. Aye, that's who I'm thinking of. But never mind. My sincerely apologies. Anyway, it says there. It says, hang on, go down a bit. It says, slap him, Michelle. That's Dawn Holmes. Hello, Dawn. So you've got to slap us, Michelle. Let's just say, okay, I'm ready for a slap. Ah! Right in the chops. So there we go. Thank you for that, Dawn. Who else we got there? Oh, me page is frozen. I can't get it down.
You can't. It's rubbish.
I can't. Michelle's using a laptop, but it's a bit of an old one. But we are still getting all of your messages there. Is that a message from Kerry?
Yeah, she's just saying hello to everyone.
Oh, there we go. There's Kerry from Cramlington. She's saying hello, everybody, from Kerry. And that's really nice to hear from Kerry. We're all familiar with Kerry from the Night Owls program. She's a regular caller, and it's always lovely to hear a call from Kerry. So thank you for.
She's on every night as well on the Night Owls page.
On the Night Owls page, yeah. I've noticed that, yeah. So if anybody wants to talk to Kerry on the Night Owls page, she's on there every night, always ready for a chat. I'll tell you something, mind. You can go on Night Owls on Metro Radio every night now. Well, you can't go on to chat. You can only do that once a week.
Right.
But Alan Robson's Ringer. Have you been on Robson's Ringer yet? It's brilliant. All you have to do is pass an opinion on there. Just give a little bit of entertainment. And if it's any good, and normally it is, it'll be played that night. And I think it's fantastic because it gives short bursts of something interesting just for everybody to hear. I love it. But I've noticed every night, do you know who we've heard on every night on Robson's Ringer? And I love it. I listen. Look, I won't go to sleep until I've heard it on Robson's Ringer. Neil from Bedlington.
Really?
Every night Neil from Bedlington's been on, and it's just so funny. It's just so funny because he always brings something to entertain us with. So I absolutely love it. That's wonderful. So I've just been passed another note from Harrison, and he says he wants to do his belly slaps. So okay, Harry, are you ready?
Go on then.
Okay, here it is. These are belly slaps from Harrison.
As well.
Are you going to sing a song with it?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, may I please present Harrison, Benedict, Parker, and his talented belly slaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, go.
What's your name? It's Kuzan. What's your name? It's Kuzan. Ow! What's your name? It's Kuzan. What's your name? It's Kuzan. Ow!
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Kuzan. What's your name? It's Kuzan. What's your name? It's Kuzan. What's your name? It's Kuzan. Ow! What's your name? It's Kuzan. What's your name? It's Kuzan. Ow!
Now, for those listening, those are genuine belly slaps.
What's your name? Kuzan. Yeah!
Way! Oh, hang on, where's my sound effects? Oh, I've got my sound effects on. Hang on. That's brilliant, well done. Oh, Michelle's computer's just crashed. Was that with Harrison's belly slaps?
This is every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes your computer's crashing. Don't worry, if Michelle disappears from the Facebook page for a while, just gotta get the computer working again. We just get a sad face comes up on the Chromecast, but it's coming back up now. So that was Harrison Benedict with his song What's Your Name? What? Kuzo. Is this Harrison's
Make it up name.
It's his stage name. Is that right? Is that your stage name, Harrison?
Yep.
Kuzazin.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to get you on Britain's Got Talent for that one. If you could actually see it, Night Owls, he's.
Well, I have to video it and stick it on.
Well, we could video it, yeah. We could video it, stick it on the YouTube for everybody to watch. The What's Your Name? It's Kuzazin. Because it is a lot of talent there. Oh dear me. Hey, where's my information gone? No, do you know what? I haven't mentioned what we're doing this for lately. What are we doing these broadcasts for? Do we know?
Yeah, we said at the beginning, it's for Cash for Kids.
Yeah, it's just in case anybody's tuned in since then. Yes, if you would like to make a donation for Cash for Kids, I am going to be doing the Great North Run and the 10-mile Jelly Run from Hexham to Ovington as well. So that's going to be in total 23.5 miles that I will be doing for Cash for Kids. And also the 2 radio programs this week and next Friday. And we will be trying to raise at least £100 if we can. We have had a donation so far. Thank you for that. Have we had any more donations, Shell, since then? I'm gonna check. So let me have a look. Okay then, I'm now gonna check. So far we've made £10 and that's from the Warriors. Thank you so much to the Warriors. We are now going to refresh the page and see how much we've raised for Cash for Kids so that I can make the run 23 miles worthwhile. Here we go. Okay, we've still made £10, but to start, and you know it can be difficult because
everybody's skint at the moment. Man.
Well, they are, and they're also on holiday.
I'm saying that's why.
But don't worry, this is just the beginning. I do expect that there's going to be more donations coming in through the week, and also this is our first week.
Yeah.
So we need to get word around that because I actually only started advertising that would be on the wireless yesterday.
Wireless.
Yeah, on the wireless yesterday, and if we give it a week of advertising, I'm sure next week we're going to get a lot more listeners and possibly generate a little bit more donations for Cash for Kids. So don't forget, if you would like to make a donation for Cash for Kids, all you have to do is to go onto the Night Owls page on Facebook, follow the link. You can also do that through our web page, which is www.plessycastle.com/radio, and just follow the link through that, and you can pay through PayPal or any credit card or any other way that you can pay electronically. I'm sure that they accept those different spots. So that's brilliant. So thank you everybody for showing an interest as well.
Shelley's saying hi.
Oh my goodness me, it's my cousin Michelle. Hello, cuz. It's always nice to hear from me cousin Michelle. She's fantastic. She's just been on holiday actually. She's been over to France, hasn't she? And
beautiful photo.
Yes, but she has got a massive what do you call it? Camper van.
Yeah.
I was gonna say shaggin' wagon, but I know you can. but it's a massive camper van, and it's beautiful. I've seen the pictures on Facebook. I'll be borrowing that. Thank you very much. Have you got to have a special license for something that big?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get one. I'll get one off eBay. Anyway, Alan Robson, did you listen to Night Owls when you were little, Shell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to listen. I think everybody didn't they?
I used to get you to sleep. Yeah.
Everybody used to listen to Night Owls as they were going to sleep.
Harrison's asked us for a hi-fi, so he can listen to it in his room.
So he can listen to Night Owls in his room. Well, yeah, I love Metro's Night Owls. Now then, I'm going to read you some facts about Alan Robson and the Night Owls. Are you ready for this? Hang on. How many facts did you get?
About Alan Robson?
Yeah.
Hardly none.
Hardly. Oh, how weird, man.
Couldn't
well, first of all, he's ginger.
Yeah, but we know lots about him anyway, so it's hard to think of stuff that I didn't know.
Yeah, I suppose so. Shell's been getting all the facts together anyway. Anyway, Alan Robson, everybody's favourite bloke. Here it is. He has won over 50 radio awards. I wonder if we could get a list of all those awards that he's got.
There was.
Was there?
Yeah.
Well, there was two. You did
50, man, you know.
50. He's been going a long time. He was awarded a member of the British Empire, MBE, in 1994 for his services to radio broadcasting.
I didn't even know that.
That was the same year we were married.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, definitely you'd get an MBA for that. In November 2000, he received a master's in exorcism and spiritualism. That's a master. So obviously, we know that he does go and do exorcisms, you know, and he knows about these things. He's very knowledgeable about the local area and about the. Hang on, I can hear your earphones pretty loud. It's got a volume on there. You can turn it down if you want. But yeah, he's got these qualifications, but he assists people. I believe he also has qualifications in hypnotherapy as well, and hypnosis. Because I know when we've listened to the show in the past, he does. He takes people to past lives and
I know
things.
he's on like Most Haunted, isn't he?
Oh well, he did the shows at
Yeah.
Chillingham Castle.
Yeah.
I loved those shows with Alan Robson hosting them. But the thing is, the great thing about Alan Robson is, especially to have success in America with those kind of shows, is he's got the northern accent.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. He has presented 14 different television series and written or compiled 5 books.
Mm-hmm. Including an autobiography.
An autobiography, you say?
Yes.
Have you read it?
Some of it.
Oh well, I may well read it myself. Metro Radio, the controversial DJ and TV presenter James Whale, launched his radio career on Metro, presenting the Night Owl show between 1974 and 1980. I didn't actually know Night Owls was going on that long.
1974, it's as old as me.
Yeah, you were born in 1974. Yeah. I had no idea that he was actually presenting it that long. I'm actually really quite shocked. But yeah, that's right. Aye. What are them you've written down anyway?
That is all the awards that they've won over the past few years.
For Metro Radio.
Yeah, they've won
right.
loads, they've won millions.
Oh yeah. Well, so that's interesting facts anyway. But Alan Robson, he's been doing. I'm sure he's been doing this show since 1983.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been since 1983, hasn't it? Yeah, I've been listening since then. I do remember James Whale when I was a band listening to it, but I mean that was a heck of a long time ago. But Alan Robson's always been there.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Great North Run. Obviously, we're doing this show for the Great North Run to try and get as much donations as we can for Cash for Kids.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget, you can go through our link on the website and leave whatever donation you like. We're trying to raise £100. So if we can do that by the time the Great North Run comes, that'll be super. Anyway, the Great North Run is the second largest half marathon in the world. Now, hang on. It's always advertised as the largest half marathon in the world.
Mm-hmm.
How can it be the second largest? Apparently, the largest one was in Gothenburg. Gothenburg, yeah. There was 65,000 in that.
Yeah.
Is that annual though, or was that a
No,
one-off?
that's annual as well.
Is it?
Ours is 50,000, isn't it?
Yeah, I think last year it was 54 something thousand.
But that one, I mean, the start. It's normally 65 start,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only about 41 finish.
Eh? Say that. Tell me that again.
Starts at 65,000.
So 65,000 people
tickets and
start.
everything goes off. Yeah, everything.
So
yeah.
they send off 65,000 tickets.
And it's only about 41,000 that run and finish the finish line.
So
or get over the finish line anyway.
So of the 65,000 people who've applied for it,
and who maybe have started, I don't
yeah,
know.
only 45 finish.
Roughly, yeah.
So I wonder how that works with the Great North Run, because there is, if you go on eBay, there's an awful lot of people selling their tickets, and there's probably a lot more people who don't sell their tickets on, who just don't do the run. I wonder how many people just don't turn up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Anyway, the largest ever half marathon was in the year 2000 and was in Copenhagen. Wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen. How many people were in that? How many runners?
80,000.
How do you know that?
Because I looked it up.
Oh, you did the research, didn't you? Oh, all right. So there you go. So the Great North Run is the second largest half marathon in the world, not the largest, according to your research. So if you get done in by Lord
But it's
Coe,
the largest in England.
yeah, and it does have Alan Robson hosting it.
Yeah.
So you know,
And he's won awards for that.
and he's won awards for that.
For
Yeah,
hosting it, yeah.
And he is going to be hosting it this week. So I will be giving him a wave, and he'll be waving back to us, thinking, "Who the heck's that? Who's he waving at me?" The run was devised by former Olympic 10,000 metre bronze medalist and BBC Sport commentator Brendan Foster, along with local man Willie Rowe. Do you know who they are?
I know Brendan Foster. Yeah.
Do you? Alright. William Rowe was an amateur long-distance runner and well known in the community of South Shields. He was later awarded a CBE for services. Alright. The first Great North Run was staged on the 28th of June 1981, when 12,000 runners participated. By 2011, the number of participants had risen to 54,000. So it was 54,000 in 2011. But I was on the 28th of June, the first one, which is a good 2 or 3 months earlier than they have it now. Yeah, I mean, the first one I did was on the 10th of October back in 2007. Are you going to bed, Harrison, are you?
Just lying the settee there.
Oh, you're lying the settee, bunny lad.
Carry up.
The settee we've got, by the way, we've just bought this. It's a bed settee. We got it on Gumtree, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
From somebody in Sunderland. He tried to sell us his car as well, didn't he? It was a BMW.
Yeah.
He wanted to sell us it for £700.
Uh-huh.
And by golly, I was tempted. And you know what it was that tempted me about that car more than anything else? Apart from it being a BMW.
Wooden interior?
Yeah, wooden interior, because it had a wooden, yeah, nothing else, just wooden. So if you want to sell me a car, just make sure it's got a wooden interior, and there's a good chance I'll buy it. That's why I bought a Rover that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, with a hole in the floor.
With a hole in the floor. It started to rain and the whole car filled up. Oh, at least I had clean feet. For the first year, the Great North Run was advertised as a local fun run. I think it still is.
Well, it's not really a fun run.
No. 13 years on, it has become one of the biggest running events in the world and the biggest in the UK. Ah! It's the biggest half marathon in the UK. Yeah. Oh!
But I think you do get people from all over the world coming to it now as well.
Is Copenhagen in Europe? I mean, it's on the European continent, but is it part of the European Union? Gothenburg. Where's Gothenburg? Switzerland.
Oh.
Spitz.
No.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, yeah, Martin can you pronounce that? Mathani holds the current men's course record for his run of 58 minutes and 50. Oh, sorry, 50. What's that?
58 minutes, yeah.
You've got 58 minutes and 56 minutes. 58 minutes and 56 seconds. It must be, is it?
Yeah, 58.56 minutes.
Yeah, minutes. And Paula Radcliffe was 65 minutes and
40 seconds.
And 40 seconds. That's really slow, isn't it? No? I just... Oh, well, okay, that's really fast. I would have thought they'd do it in half an hour. Am I being too optimistic there?
Yeah. That Ethiopian did the one in Darlington in half an hour.
Yeah, I did a run in Darlington last week. It was a 6-mile run. Did he do that run in half an hour?
Mm-hmm. But he is the champion of that run.
He's the champion of the world. Yeah, we were running along, and I did it in 55 minutes. And we had to clear the road on one side, and suddenly this Ethiopian sprinted past everyone. Oh my goodness gracious me. I've never seen anything like it. I've never felt so inadequate since I saw that stripper at the 21st birthday. I'll tell you about that another time. The 2008 Great North Run, I missed that one. 2008 Great North Run was started by Tony Blair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have liked to have been. I would have liked to have been in that one. But I was in 2007, and after 2007, that's the only one I missed. 2008. Oh well, just as well. I might have shouted war criminal. No! Is he a war criminal? Let's hear your opinion. I don't have an opinion on that matter. The 2009 Great North Run was started by Sting. I was there for that one, and I saw him. And do you know what really disappointed us about that?
What?
He didn't look like Sting. He grew a big beard.
Oh.
He just looked like a homeless person that was found on the streets of Newcastle. But he had this big beard. He didn't look like Sting. I was upset. 2010 Great North Run was started by Anton Deck. I got a photograph of them.
You have?
And now there was a big queue to go and shake their hands.
Yeah.
And I was going to stand in the queue to shake the hands. And I stood in the queue and I thought, oh no. Like, I'm going to look a bit gay standing in this queue, wanting to shake their hands. So I just ran off.
Yeah.
You know,
I met Ant once in the town.
You didn't meet him at all?
Did, man?
Did you speak to him?
No.
We didn't meet him then?
Because he wasn't really famous then.
He's been famous since the year dot.
He was just a bigger group, man.
Well, how do you know it was him?
Because he's got a massive forehead and he hasn't changed.
That's true. He does have a massive forehead. Oh no, is that a Geordie trait? Who knows? The 2011 one, which was a couple of years ago, was started by Mo Farah. We went to that one.
We saw him.
And we saw him do the road, and we saw it on the day before. So who opened the 2012 one?
Well, I thought I'd leave that you to remember.
I was there. Oh, I tell you who it was. It was the people from the Olympics or from the Paralympics. It was either people or maybe from both. There was but yes, there was definitely people from the Olympics there in the 2012 one, which would be appropriate because it was the Olympic year for Britain. But last year, who started last year's Great North Run? I was there. I can't remember who started the Great North Run last year.
So not Ant and Dec again?
No, was it Ant and Dec? I would remember that.
I was going to say Keith Lemon. It wouldn't be Keith Lemon.
Why would Keith Lemon start off the...
I don't know, that'd be so
Could you imagine having Alan Robson and Keith Lemon?
That would be
bad. Yeah, that would be too many gingers on the stage, my friend.
It's not ginger, it's strawberry blonde.
Keith Lemon, that's true. Well, no, actually, I think Keith Lemon, I forget the name of the chap who plays Keith Lemon, but he's proper copper ginger.
Yes.
I think he lightens it for being Keith Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we haven't seen the Keith Lemon film yet.
I see some of it, but turned it off because children were...
Oh, right. Oh, well, very good. That's probably the best idea. Now, where's some more of your facts here? Famous local sports people. Anyway, anybody who's listening, find out who started the Great North Run last year. Who started it off. I know the first year that I did it was 2007, and it was Bobby Robson. And, he wasn't Whale. As well, no, he wasn't a Whale man. And everybody wanted to give him a high five. And that poor bloke, everybody was giving him a good hard slap on the hand. And they always said, that bloke's no Whale. But there you go, that was Sir Bobby Robson. So there you go. So I've done, this will be my 7th one this year. I don't know who's starting it off this year.
I don't know.
If you know that, let me know. Just leave it on the Facebook page and tell me. Anyway, go on, what are you saying?
I was just going to say my auntie's done every single one of them since the start.
Really?
Like Emma's mummy.
Wow. Goodness gracious me. How come our homepage is turned to Yahoo?
It's your computer.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Bro, I hate it when that happens. You download something for your computer and your homepage, because I have Google. I always use Google. And you download something and it changes your page to Yahoo. I don't want Yahoo. What's that, sweetheart?
My glasses are on the table.
Okay, your glasses are on the table. Are you going to sleep now? Yeah, but it changes your homepage to Yahoo. That should be illegal.
Yeah.
But apparently you've agreed to it when you've downloaded a program or something. But that's just so annoying. Anyway, famous footballers. I think we know who the famous footballers were. Jackie Milburn.
Yeah.
And the statue is on St. James's Boulevard in Ashington.
Yeah.
Is it still there? I'm not sure if it got moved. I don't know if it's in Newcastle now. So Bobby Charlton. Jackie Charlton.
I remember them from when I was a babe.
Yeah. Well, they're all from Ashington, aren't they?
Aye. We're the brothers. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Peter Beardsley.
Aye.
Bobby Robson.
Aye.
Of course. Alan Shearer.
Uh-huh.
Princess of Power. And Chris Waddle.
Uh-huh.
Well, we knew them, didn't we?
Yeah.
They're not really yeah.
And Gaza on, that's all you want.
Gaza, we don't want to put Gaza on because that's just too obvious, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's very true. So that's it. Hang on. It's August 15th.
I know.
Did you know it was August 15th?
Yes, it's payday.
It's pay. Oh, hooray! Anyway, we're gonna put a bit more music on for you. Well, we have a wee break. Right then. Okay. Now then, let's see what is on my. There we go. So I'm gonna play you some music now, if I can just find it. And because it is a wee break, I hope you enjoy it. 2 seconds, we'll be right back.
Today for show and tell, I'm so excited I might yell. Can't wait to show you, it's so cool. I went to Grandma's yesterday, worked in her garden the whole day. She let me bring some veggies here to school. I got a carrot, I got a yam, I got a green bean fresh not from a can. Got a potato, and as you can probably see, I also got a pea.
Oh dear me, that's a bad song, that one. Come on then.
There was an old farmer who lived on a rock. He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings, and at 4:30 there came a young lady. She looked like a pretty young creature. She sat on the grass. She pulled up her dress and she showed them her ruffles and laces and white fluffy duck. She said she was learning a new way to bring up her children so they would not spit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse and litter from yesterday's hunt, while the girl in the meadow was rubbing her eyes at the fellow down by the dock. He looked like a man with a sizable home in the country with a big fence out front. If he asked her politely, she'd show him her little pet dog who was subject to fits, and maybe she'd let him grab hold of her small tender hands with a movement so quick, and then she'd bend over and suck on his candy so tasty made of butterscotch, and then he spread whipped cream all over her cookies that she had left out on her shelf. If you think this is dirty, you can go yourself.
So there we go. So we're back from that wee break. Now I've just had a message from my dear cousin Michelle Rudling. It says it was the Paralympians that started the Great North Run in 2012. Yeah, but what about last year? Was that last year then that they started?
Were you not in it last year? Can you not remember?
Yeah, wasn't it last year? I just don't know who started off the run. I wonder if it was just somebody who wasn't very interesting. They wouldn't get somebody not very interesting to start off the run. Surely not. I'm not sure who was starting it off this year, but I think it's Mark Knopfler. I know he's going to be there.
Uh-huh.
But
they have got the big firework display and party event going on.
The day before?
No, on the Thursday before.
Oh, no, I've got free tickets to go there, did I tell you?
No, you didn't. I've tried to get some as well.
I got a free invitation, did I tell you?
Oh.
I've got it on the interweb, I've got a thingy. I applied, because I've done the run before,
yeah.
I applied for it, but I've got one free ticket for me.
Alright, okay.
I can't get one for you.
It's okay. Go by yourself. Hmm?
No will?
Hmm?
Do you want to come with us?
No.
I think it's £12 a ticket. I might take it.
Go yourself.
Oh, we're going to the pasta party.
Yes, we'll go to the pasta party.
Well, every Saturday before the Great North Run, they have the pasta party, and everybody who does the Great North Run gets free pasta, don't they?
Yes.
And so we go every year just to see what shows they've got on. And it's normally a queue a mile long, so you've got to get there quite early to get your free pasta, which isn't surprising. Anyway, events that happened on August the 15th, because it is August the 15th, just. We've got a quarter of an hour left of it. After more than 200 years of British rule, India finally won back its freedom on 15th of August 1947. So that the 15th of August is Independence Day for India then?
Yes.
Yeah. Today, Prime Minister... Oh, that's a foreign name. I don't know how to read that.
That's the Indian's Prime Minister.
Today, Indian Prime Minister said there was no dignity for women forced to defecate in the open at night. He vowed to ensure every school in India had a toilet within a year. The two girls that... Oh no, I'm not gonna read that one. But
it's just been in the news anyway.
Has it just been in the news, that one? That's a bit dodgy, that one. But anyway, so yeah. So every school. So he's vowed that to ensure that every school in India had a toilet within a year.
So he said that today. That was his Independence Day speech.
That was his Independence Day speech. That in India,
men should respect women more, and women shouldn't have to go to a toilet in the field. And
why is that happening in 2014 in India?
They haven't got toilets.
Should Britain have left India? Well, I'm not saying it would be in a better place, but goodness me, it's awful. How can countries in this day and age not have toilets in schools? It's like, miss, can I go to the field? No, thank you. Estimated 640 million Indians who do not have access to a toilet. So 640 million Indians don't have access to a toilet.
Mm-hmm. That's why they have to go in the fields and suffer consequences. Horrible.
Yeah. Dear me, so that's awful. There's some awful facts in India. Anyway, today also marks the 69th anniversary of Japan's unconditional surrender in World War II. A day when all Chinese remember tragedies that occurred during the Japanese occupation of their homeland. In 1998, the Omar bomb in Northern Ireland, the worst terrorist incident of the Troubles, killed 29 people and injured about 220.
I remember that.
Yeah. The thing is, people forget it though. People forget that Britain suffered terrorism for years. I mean, you have the bombings in London in 2007, and everybody's up in arms about it and saying, you know, these immigrants, these terrible people who come over to this country and do lots of bombing. We've had more terrorism from white people, white Christian people, than anything else, and they did a tremendous amount of damage. In fact, the IRA even affected. Didn't they blow up North Shields?
Gas. So we heard a big explosion.
Yeah, we were caught at the time, weren't we? Mm-hmm. And we heard this. We were in Cramlington, by the way, and we heard this. It sounded like thunder in the distance, and it turned out it was the gas, the big gas storage place in North Shields, had been blown up by the IRA. Why they'd blown that up, goodness knows. Nobody was killed, I don't think, were they? Oh, I don't know if there were. If one person was, I don't know. But anyway. I might be thinking the Great Fire of London. But yeah, they blew up like some gas tanks in North Shields. So there you are, there's terrorism right on the doorstep, but people forget about it. And it seems that, you know, the white, the Christian, they did an immense amount of terrorism, and everybody's worried about Asians. How much terrorism have we suffered from Asians in this country? We've just had the ones in London, as far as I know. You know, it's but everybody goes on about the danger from Islamists, and that's never been anywhere near as dangerous as what we've experienced from Ireland. Anyway, so in 1971, on this date, Bahrain gained independence from Britain. Everybody gets independence from Britain on the 15th, apart from America, who gets it on the 14th. In 1939, on the 15th of August, The Wizard of Oz premiered in a Chinese theatre in Hollywood. In 1945, victory over Japan Day and the end of World War II happened. So there you go. And in 1960, this is my favourite one, UFO is sighted by 3 California patrolmen. Well, that's not. UFO just means unidentified flying object. So
yeah, but was that the first time that ever?
Yeah, but yeah, in 1960, 3 California patrolmen saw an object in the sky they couldn't identify.
It was an aeroplane.
It was an aeroplane or a balloon.
Yeah.
You see, that's Americans for you. We've said that right from the beginning of the show. Americans aren't very bright.
Or a kite.
Yeah, or a kite, or a dinosaur, because obviously they believe they dwelled with humans. There you are. So we have 10 minutes of the show left. Does anybody want to phone in? You know, I don't think I've said that to anybody yet, but if anybody wants to ring in and have a chat with me for the last 10 minutes or so, inbox us your telephone number and we'll ring you back and you can have a chat on the show. Tell us a few jokes. That's something we should have prepared, some jokes.
Well, we normally get them off Nell.
Ah, and we haven't heard from Nell tonight,
Nell
so
must be on holiday.
he may well be on holiday. That's right. Now, don't forget, it is the summer holidays, so people could be away.
Yeah.
We would normally be away during the summer holidays around this time. You know,
Been away twice already, man.
We have been away camping, haven't we? We went first of all. Where was the first place we went? We went to Scotland. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. So we decided. I bought. Well, I didn't. You bought me for my 40th birthday 1 square foot of land in Scotland, and it was at Dunans Castle. So I own this 1 square foot of land at Dunans Castle, and we decided to go and visit it. So all the family jumped into me S-Reg Vauxhall Astra, and we set off. And my eldest son said, "Father, I'm gonna get your sat nav, and I'm gonna set it to take us straight to Dunans Castle." So he typed Dunans into the sat nav. We downloaded it off Google Play, and off we went. We went through Glasgow, and everything was fine. It started to get dark, and we hadn't made it there yet. So we decided to pull into a lay-by and do some rough camping. So we pulled into this lay-by. There was loads of trees, put up the tent, and lit a fire. And when we woke up in the morning, it was the local fly tipping spot. Oh yes. So the kids made the most of it, didn't they? They got a few tyres and made a rock band.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was fantastic. That.
I want to go back to there and play
Yeah,
games.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. If you put a link to the kids onto the Night Owls page, their rock video that they did in the fly tipping spot. I think it's on my page. See if you can put the link to it on there. Or just find the link and just all you have to do is because that was so we woke up in the morning, we got back in the car and we set off. And I thought we said, well, we should be there by now. We should definitely be there by now. We've been travelling for hours. And so I went in this little town, and here was the visitor centre. I says, look, could you tell me on the map exactly where we are? Because I want to be at Dunans Castle. And she goes, oh, no problem. If you just have a look on the map here, you're located here and now with me. I was like, yes, and where should I be? You should be all the way down here. You're in the wrong peninsula. We're actually on the wrong island. We're on the wrong blooming island. It had taken with the Dunans Street instead of Dunans Castle, so we were stuffed. So don't trust your sat-nav. In fact, don't even use a sat-nav. Just use a map, an old-fashioned map.
Yeah.
Right. So here we are, Shell's now looking for the video. It's going to be on the videos. Well, if you have a look on my page, just my wall, it'll be on there. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, we ended up just going to Oban instead. And the one great thing about Scotland, because I love Scotland because of the scenery, I adore it. But there's one thing Scotland doesn't have. Do you know what that is? Anything for kids. There's naught for kids in Scotland. There's beautiful scenery. There's an abundance of scenery. They've even got Wetherspoons in every town. But they don't have any decent play parks for kids. There's nothing for them to do. I couldn't believe. So we went to Oban. Then we went up the coast all the way up to Fort William. And do you know what was in Fort William for kids? Naught. So we got to Fort William anyway, and we found this little park. It was a little like beauty spot next to the lock. And we thought, right, we'll camp here for the night. We'll set up with tent when it gets a bit dark. Suddenly this van pulls in and these people jump out and they go, I see you. Are you going to be camping here this night? I said, oh yes, we will be camping here tonight. Yes, we were planning on it. They say, sorry, don't worry. They can't move you on. We're gypsies. We'll spend the night with you. And we did. We spent the night with gypsies in this park. So Shell's now looking for the video. You not found it yet? No, not photos. You're looking through photos. Don't look through photos. Hang on. I'm going to go down until you find the video. It should be near there anyway. So we're looking for this video.
Okay, carry on your story.
Oh, go up then. Go up. I don't think it's there. Go up and down the page. Anyway, what was I saying again?
We met the gypsies.
Aye, we met the gypsies. And See, we'll stay with you for the night. They can't move us on because it's against the law. And so we felt a lot more secure after that we couldn't be moved on. We're going to have a good night's sleep. But it turned out that it was used by an awful lot of people for rough camping. And as soon as you went into the long grass, it was covered in human excrement. And that was our camping trip. Needless to say, the next day we came home, didn't we? Yeah, I think we're sick to death after that.
I think it's because we couldn't find another campsite.
Well, we tried to find another campsite and there was nowhere to camp now. We couldn't find anywhere to set up tent. But the terrible thing was we got all the way to Inverness. We travelled all the way along Knockness and there was nothing to do. And it was blazing hot. And we were just so incredibly tired. And eventually we just said, you know what? We're going home. We went into Pitlochry and discovered there was nothing there either. And so we just drove the rest of the way home back to the northeast of England, where there's loads to do for kids, isn't there, Harrison? What did we do yesterday?
I forgot.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? We went bowling up at Royal Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the day before, what did we do? We went swimming at South Shields. And what did they have in the swimming baths at South Shields? Because it's the brand new swimming baths at South Shields.
It had a very, very fun water slide, and when you get to the very bottom, all the water just went.
That's right. So there was 2 big water slides at South Shields. If you get the chance to go to the new South Shields swimming pool, do it, because the water slides are absolutely
awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah, they really are good. So here we are.
I'll find it later.
Oh, find it later. We'll have a look for that later. But
I'll finish off with your Shelley's joke.
Anyway, hang on. I've got a joke from my lovely cousin Michelle. Do you want to read it? I haven't got my glasses on. A little girl and her mother are at a church when the little girl starts to feel sick. Her mother tells her to go and throw up in the bushes behind the church. When the little girl returns, her mother asks her if she threw up. Yes, the little girl says, but I didn't have to go all the way around the back. There was a box near the front of the door, she said, for the sick. The box for the sick at the back. Okay. I haven't been to church for a long time.
I read it before you once.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Right. There's a box for the sick, you see. They must do collections in churches for the sick. I'm assuming.
They do?
Yeah. So if anybody is sick, just so you know, they're having collections for you in churches. Just give them a ring and they'll bring that money over for you soon. What did they do with that money for the sick then?
They're not send it to hospices.
The money for the sick?
Hmm.
All right.
I don't
Okay.
know, I don't know.
I don't think you ever find out. Yeah. Do you know we're gonna have to find that? I'm gonna find out where that money goes to, because it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Aye. Oh well, that's jolly good. Anyway, we've only got 3 minutes to go before the end of the show. Well, I don't think there's been many people on the Facebook tonight, but thank you to Ollie and thank you to Kerry and Michelle and the Warriors for our donation tonight as well. Hang on, shall we see how much, if we've had any more donations?
Yes.
Hang on, let's have a look. Now, because we didn't advertise, we only started advertising yesterday, didn't we? We didn't really expect to get many listeners tonight. But we are going to be doing some pretty big advertising over the next week, so we do expect to get a lot more interest next week. But we'll see how much money we made, see if we've had any more donations. We've had another donation! Yes! And it's from my cousin Michelle! Thank you, Michelle! So we have raised so far, we have raised a total of £20. And this is our first night of collecting for this. So thank you so much, Michelle. I am so happy to be able to get that. Thank you to the Warriors as well, Stuart and Nicola, for that donation as well. I am so pleased to get a great start to this. Don't forget to tell all of your friends that Night Owls is going to be on next Friday as well. We're going to be a little bit more prepared, because we only really prepared it today, didn't we? We decided that we're going to do the show in the past 24 hours.
It's having kids at school, you just have to quickly...
Yeah, just quickly get everything sorted. I kind of came home from work, fell asleep on the settee. Well, no, that's actually not what happened, is it? No, because I came home from work and Michelle says, Oh, she says, oh, the father-in-law's got your present from his day out yesterday, and it was a pint of beer, and it was I don't know what it was, but it
was nice.
The first mouthful tasted nice, but then it started to get quite harsh, and I can't take me beer anyway. It was 4.5%, and I drank it, and then I went to sleep. So I fell asleep after that. So it took us a while, and I know it's awful, but it took us about 2 hours to recover, didn't it? So yeah, preparation's been a bit dodgy for tonight, folks. But next week we're gonna have a better show. I have no doubt about that. Thank you to Harrison for his demonstration of the tummy slaps. What's your stage name again? Kuzan Zain, yeah. Kuzan Zain, what's the name? So, next week, tell everybody we're on. Tell everybody about what we're going to be doing. Also, that we're collecting for Cash for Kids. Thank you for all the donations that you've done. We really do appreciate it. It's been great having your banter as well on Facebook. We really do appreciate all the information that you've been given to us as well. So please join us again next week. We'll start with advertising. We'll get some great banter going. And if anybody would like to come on the show and have a chat with us as well, hey, why not do that? Next week, what's the theme going to be for next week? Do we know?
I'll have to think of something.
Yeah? Yeah? Oh, well, we'll get a theme going. Yeah. Anyway, next week, if anybody's got any jokes they'd like read out, send us them. I'm going to practice them before I read them out because if I get the joke, I can read it a bit better. And if you've got any scary stories, any local stories that you'd like me to read out as well, please send us them and I'll read them for you. If you'd like to phone in and you'd like to tell everybody a scary story as well, please send us your number and we'll phone you on the night and we'll get you on the show so you can tell everybody that. We've got the phones at the ready, always at the ready to speak to people. All the technology's here. If you could see our studio, you'd be so impressed what you can do with just a little speaker, a microphone and a computer. and a wife who actually does all the work. Yeah. So thank you to Michelle for all the hard work you've done tonight as well. And I'd also like to thank my cheap version of Red Bull, also known as Blue Charge, created by Asda. And as well, if you've got any ideas for next week's show, please send those ideas in. I will read out anything that you send us, anything that you think will be entertaining. I would be more than happy to do that. Funny facts, any local facts, anything at all that you think would be interesting, send it in and I will read that out for you. Anyway, we're coming up to the end of the show. I've probably gone a bit over time, but I don't think anybody will be bothered, will they? No. Well, thanks again, everyone. And, hang on, I will take you out with a Geordie song from a couple of lasses. So I take them out with that one. Yeah? Yeah, I will. Here we go. This is a couple of Geordie lasses. No, it's not good enough. I'm not doing that one. I'm going to do a different one. Alright then. I've done that one. It was rubbish, wasn't it? Okay, I'm putting that one on. This one is for all of you. Good night, everyone. And I hope to be able to speak to you next week. Don't forget to tell all your mates about the banter they can have on Facebook. Here you go. It's Flight of the Conchords. And business time.
Oh yeah, that's right, baby. Girl, tonight we're gonna make love. You know how I know, baby? 'Cause it's Wednesday. And Wednesday night is the night that we make love. Tuesday night's the night that we go and visit your mother, but Wednesday night is the night that we make love. Because everything is just right. Conditions are perfect. There's nothing good on TV. Conditions are perfect. You lean in close and say something sexy, like, I might go to bed, I've got work in the morning. I know what you're trying to say, baby. You're trying to say, oh yeah, it's business time. It's business time. It's business. It's business time. That's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, let's get down to business. It's business time. It's business. It's business time.
thing you know, we're in the bathroom brushing our teeth. That's all part of it. That's foreplay. Then you go sort out the recycling. That's not part of it, but it's still very important. Then we're in the bedroom. You're wearing that ugly old baggy t-shirt from that team building exercise you did for your old work. And it's never looked better on you. Team building exercise 99. Oh, you don't know what you're doing to me. I remove my jeans, but trip over them because I still got my shoes on. But then I turn it into a sexy dance. Next thing you know, I'm down to just my socks. And you know when I'm down to just my socks, what time it is. It's time for business. It's business time. It's business. It's business time. You know when I'm down to just my socks, it's time for business. That's why they call business socks. It's business. It's business time. Ooh. Making love for two, making love for 2 minutes. When it's with me, you only need 2 minutes, because I'm so intense. 2 minutes in heaven is better than 1 minute in heaven. You say something like, is that it? I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, oh yeah, that's it. Then you tell me you want some more. Well, I'm not surprised. But I'm quite sleepy. It's business! It's business time! Business hours are over, baby! It's business! It's business time!
Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget to listen to us again next week. I hope to see you then. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you again.
You can stay if you wanna. I'm going home. Ciao, baby.
That's all, folks.
You can stay if you wanna. I'm going home.